Right, welcome back again. This time I've returned to the southern end of Whitehall. I thought I'd finished Whitehall, but I realised I haven't, so I thought I'm going to come back here and just talk a bit more about it. Let me just turn so you can see I'm looking up from southern Whitehall towards, in the general direction that is, of Trafalgar Square. You've got the Cenotaph there over on the right hand side, and as I pan round you'll see just up there, you can see the top of the clock tower with Big Ben, and you can also see the Houses of Parliament, and you can also see Parliament Square and just a little bit of Westminster Abbey. Now what I want to do here is walk down King Charles Street, which I failed to do. I omitted in my previous discussion. I said there's no point coming down here because we walk all the way down here, we'll just have to walk all the way back. But there is actually something I want to show you and I want to talk about. So King Charles Street is parallel to Downing Street. That's over on my right hand side. That's just a little bit further to the north. And Downing Street, of course, is the home of the Prime Minister. Our current Prime Minister is Sir Keir Starmer. These buildings around here on the left hand side, these are government offices. Over on the left you have the old Treasury building, and over on the right the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, which used to be known as the Foreign and Colonial Office at one time, way back in the day. And you also had the India Office. That was a special office that was dedicated to the administration of India. So anyway, I thought I'd come down here basically because what I wanted to do was show you the statue of one of the controversial figures in British history, a man called Sir Robert Clive. And as I make my way down here, what do I find? I find some sort of demonstration going on. What's all this about? It looks like something Iranian. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is designated as a terrorist organisation by the UK government. Well, not entirely surprised. What else? Terror attacks, assassinations, hijacking, suicide drones, sit-in protests, love, unity, respect, humility. The United Kingdom must proscribe the IRGC. They are the largest state sponsors of terrorism in the world. Right, so it's a demonstration against terrorism. Okay, we'll head forward, and what I will do is show you this statue because, as I say, it's now become highly controversial and there's talk of removing it on that account. So I thought, well, I better come down here and show you this statue and talk about it just before they do remove it, because the chances are, being the political climate in which we live, just exactly the sort of thing they would do. I think it's a bit of a shame, really, because I'm not in favour generally of removing statues, even if they're to commemorate somebody who was a thorough scoundrel. And there's not very much you can actually say. Well, he had a checkered career, shall I say, Robert Clive. He was a servant of the East India Company. This is going back to the East India Company had been created in the year 1600. That's an easy date to remember, to go out and trade with the world. And at that time, India was ruled by a people called the Mughals. They'd come in from Central Asia and had swept down into the Indian subcontinent and established their own empire of a sort, and were very brutally oppressing the Hindu people. So what happened is, lo and behold, you've got people coming in from Europe wanting to trade with India. They were the Portuguese, and then you had the Dutch, and then you had the French, and then you had the British. Hooray, 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 the British are here. And Well, very simply, what happened was that the French and the British agreed to help the native Indians with the restoration of their land. And the way they did that was simply by taking over. So India was divided. Well, I wouldn't say it was divided because it wasn't all divided, but there was large chunks were taken out of the Indian subcontinent and ruled either by the French or by the British. And I'm just going to make my way down here very gingerly because I've got nothing to hold on to and I don't want to fall. So just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, if this is all a bit wonky. But I do want to get a good view. There we have it. That's Clive of India, 1725 to 1774. So his great achievement was to fight the Nawab of Bengal, now called Bangladesh, most of it, and to fight the French as well at the Battle of Plassey in 1757. And it was that victory of Clive that really established British supremacy in India. Actually, basically, the French, some of the French still remained there. They had a place called Pondicherry for a long time. But the British really, that's when you really date the time of British rule, starting with the Battle of Plassey in 1757. And it remained for almost 200 years, 190 years actually. You had 1947, Indians achieved independence. But that, ladies and gentlemen, what you're now looking at is the statue of the man himself. And I'm only pointing it out to you because that statue may be removed and I don't know what they're going to put in its place. I suppose Mahatma Gandhi would be suitable. They've got one just round the corner here in Parliament Square, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, let's just come down a bit because there's something else to show you here. When we come round, just to explain, just down here as you come round, you will see the entrance to the Churchill War Rooms, which is the bunker deep down in the cellars of what used to be the old Treasury. This is where Churchill conducted the war operations. And you can actually go in there and you can see it was locked up for years and years and years after the war had ended, then only suddenly rediscovered, and it had all been left exactly as it was all those years ago. So they thought, well, let's open it up to the public. So that's what they did. So if you want to go and see it, you're most welcome to do that. As I turn round, beyond the trees are in St James's Park, and beyond those trees you have Buckingham Palace, which I shall do in another video. I can't do it today at the moment. Oh yes, just down here over on the right hand side, we were talking about terrorism just a little while ago, which seems to be a feature of the world in which we now live. This is a monument to the 202 innocent people who were killed in an act of terrorism on the island of Bali in Indonesia in October of 2002. So a little bit way up here, just a little way beyond it, you come to the Horse Guards, and we've seen all this before, so I won't show it to you again, but I might do on another video a long time in the future, but we've got plenty of other things to do. In the meantime, just pan round over in that direction. You've got, if you walk fast enough, further enough, you'll come to the Abbey again. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the statue of Clive, and I think I shall now say over and out, and I look forward to receiving any comments you may wish to make. Bye for now.